So the lettuce bed is looking quite good. We've had some losses, but for a large part of it, they've been able to sustain the pressure, get over those humps, and start really growing. So it's mid-afternoon, and what would look like a nice salad to eat, if I were to take some of these leaves, would probably turn into a bitter sort of experience. Lettuce, like any other plant, needs to minimize the water loss from the sun pressure and the heat and everything. So what it does under times of stress, it produces a chemical to minimize the stress in order for the plant to overcome periods of heat. In that case, specifically for lettuce, that this chemical makes these leaves fairly bitter, and it depends on the variety that you grow. This is magenta. This is definitely my preferred and favorite lettuce to grow. It doesn't have that much impact, but certainly others, if you eat a leaf directly, it doesn't taste so good. Certainly not as what I would want to have in my salad. And that's simply because you're picking it at the wrong time. If you're picking it midday where the stress is higher than in the morning, it will have more of the bitterness in those leaves. So if you are growing lettuce and you would like to have some for a meal during the day, I highly recommend that you pick in the morning before the stress comes throughout the day, and you'll definitely see a difference in the taste of the leaf. Also, when a lettuce grows, it grows from the inside out. So the stem is going to keep growing up and up, and the new leaves are in the inside. You can let it go to a full head and eat it from there. I tend to just go around and pick on the outside leaves, and then just let the stem keep growing, and then when it gets up to a certain height, I just pull everything. You have to remember that the leaves on the outside are the oldest leaves. These are the leaves that were the first wave that came out that then supported the early phase of the lettuce. And the newer phases, or the younger leaves, are the inside. So you can see there's definitely a color difference, and there's definitely a feel difference in this specific variety. This is a lot more smoother. This is kind of like leather, which means if I start eating the outer wave first, which of course I will do, it's going to be slightly or even maybe more bitter than what's on the inside, simply because these leaves have been through multiple weeks of rounds of going through heat and cold cycles. So the bitterness in the leaves is going to be much more apparent in the outside. So specifically for this bed, I will most likely pull all these initial first wave of leaves off, throw them out because they're going to be pretty bitter, and then I will start picking these ones to start eating. So that's what I've learned from eating lettuce. It can taste quite bad if you pick them at the wrong times, or pick the wrong leaf of the head of lettuce. It's not that it's bad that you don't want to eat it, you need to throw out. It's just not the preferred taste. So if you pick in the morning, and if you pick on the inside versus the outside, you will get a better tasting leaf.